Can you share your insights on some of the technologies you got experience with while you were on board?
Okay, well, the technology is extremely advanced, and but some of our own technology that has come out in the last 10 years, I can see, is so similar to that advanced technology, but it lacks the sophistication and it lacks the advanced physics that they are capable of using. We haven't got there yet, but I believe we will in the future. Already we're moving towards, in the early stages of moving towards being a more telepathic society. We're seeing now universities and laboratories and research groups investigating telepathy. Whereas once upon a time people would have poo-pooed the idea of being able to communicate with thought, we now accept that that is a reality and a possibility, that people do it, and that it may well be the way into the future. And particularly, I'm seeing technology coming out in our technology that utilises thought and brain waves. So we see technology being developed for people with disabilities, etc., people who are paralysed and can only use thought to help move a cursor on a screen or whatever, or use their electric impulses. So in that respect, we are getting closer to what the ETs use. And I'll just describe one piece of technology that I call a light elevator. It's like a clear perspex-like tube that goes through the floor and ceiling of multi-leveled craft. And when you open up the door and step into it, there is no floor. You are suspended in what I describe as liquid light. So it looks like light sparkling bluish white from outside of the tube. When you get inside, you can see through the tube to the interior of the craft, but there is a feeling of being enveloped in a velvet-like light, like having velvet draped on your skin. And you operate this elevator by thought. So you visualize or think of a particular script item, a sign, like hieroglyphics, that takes you to that level that has that script assigned to it. And within a split second, you're there, and the door opens, you step out in another level. Now, as to whether this is some kind of anti-gravity machine technology, I don't know. But I've now found 3 people, as I said, worldwide, who are able to describe it the same way as me. And recently, when I was in the States a month ago, I heard an experiencer get up at a conference and talk about this technology in a handheld form. So, we have this corroborative evidence coming up. Sorry, I'm talking about a different piece of technology there, so I'll move on to that in a minute. But I have found 2 experiencers worldwide who've also travelled in these light elevators and can describe it in the same way. And when I was in the States recently, I also came across an experiencer who described a handheld version of a medical piece of technology I've seen, where a beam of energy, not so much light, but some kind of energy, was beamed down onto my body, forming a perfect circle. And within that circle, by touching a screen, they could change the view from seeing my bones to seeing my vascular structure to seeing organs, etc. So this takes away all the x-rays and scans and kind of things that we use in our hospitals. It's an instant thing where they can see just that part of the body that they need to look at. And this experiencer described a handheld version of it, where a grey shone this beam of light on his arm, revealing all the ligaments and tendons, and looking at a problem that this person had with their forearm. So this corroborative evidence is coming out, and we are moving in these directions, trying to develop 3D technology such as they have on craft.
Would you say the light elevator, it was a teleportation device?
Yes, I suppose you could call it that. One of the experiencers who provided corroborative evidence on this was a young teenager I met in Australia, who showed me, after my speech, some drawings that she'd done of some of her experiences. And I saw this thing drawn that looked similar to what I call the light elevator. And I asked her, can you tell me about this picture? And she said, well, I call this the teleporter because you step into this light and it takes you somewhere else on the craft. So that's her terminology for it. I call it the light elevator.